Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my introduction for Deck of Panning 2025. I'm the creator of Deck of Panning. I was inspired by a booktuber named Books with Maddie who did deck of TBR to choose what books she was going to read every month, and I did get her permission to transform this into a panning project that has just taken off and seems to be beloved by many. Now this year I am not doing a full how-to video. I have done that every single year except this year, and the rules just don't change that much year after year. So if you are brand new to this project pan, I will link below last year's how-to video. In this video I will be going over the very brief changes to the game board. The face cards have changed and there's one other switch up I have made, but for all the other rules of this panning project you can refer back to last year's video. I don't want this video to be too long. I am going to be posting this early. Posting is actually on the 20th of every month, but just so everyone has the chance to hear about the new game board for 2025, I am posting my video a little bit earlier for you to reference. That's enough rambling. I'm going to pop up the game board for 2025. This is what we're starting the year off with, and I hope you're excited about the changes I have made. I could not have done this without my group chat over on Instagram. If you would like to join the Deck of Panning group chat, just send me a message on Instagram. I often ask for feedback or get more prompt suggestions, all of that over there. So that would be amazing to grow that little community. I love chatting with everyone. One change I have made from last year, aside from the face cards, is that I am going to include the veto prompt randomly placed on the game board every single month. It is not shuffled in with all of the prompts, but I will place it randomly using a random number generator on the actual game board every single month. I believe it was 2022 that we had the veto on the game board quite often, and it seemed to be a fan favorite. So you can use that prompt to roll something out you don't want to work on or draw a new card or whatever if you're not happy with the cards that you have drawn. Now I'm going to draw your attention to the face cards and the changes I have made. Now you may notice immediately the queen has remained the same. That was voted on by my group chat. Everyone seemed to love that in the queen you could pick your space, but you must match your suit. So if you draw a queen of hearts, you move over to the hearts column on the game board and you can choose whichever prompt you want to work on. Maybe you have a product in mind that you really want to get into this project, then choose the prompt that's best suited to that. Back up to the top, we have also kept pick up 2 for the red aces. This does increase your project pan from 5 to 6, or it can continue increasing if you so choose. The black ace is a baby goal. This is 3 to 5 uses, something that's almost done, a sample size, something that is not going to take you too long, something that you reach for all the time already perhaps. All prompts are open to your interpretation. Jack, the red jack, is an indie makeup product. Now for me, this is an independently owned makeup brand. Now I understand that not everyone has a lot of indie makeup brands in their collection, or at least the ones that maybe you think of off the top of your head. Maybe you're thinking of Glamlight or Bella Beauté Bar, these types of smaller indie brands. But there are indie brands sold at places like Ulta and Sephora, and you may be surprised to find after digging deeper into your collection, even if you're not from the US or Canada, that there are actually independently owned makeup brands available in stores around you if you do a little bit of research. However, the group chat once again helped out with some different interpretations. If you don't feel that you have any indie makeup products, you can interpret this prompt however you like. Here are some examples. Maybe it's a product from just a lesser known brand. It's not as popular. Maybe it's independent in your collection because it's like the only product you have from that brand, or from a category you only have one independent product in, maybe you only have one singular foundation in your collection. Those are just some brief examples. Again, if the prompt doesn't work for you, stretch it so that it does. The blackjack cards are mainstream products. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory, kind of the opposite of indie if you're looking at it like that. Products that are available in lots of places, lots of people are talking about them and using them, a mainstream product. We already chatted about the Queen space. The Red Kings, I have no pan left behind. I felt that a lot of people were doing this prompt for products that they chose for other prompts, if that makes sense. Like that was their goal, was to no pan left behind. And I love that. I love that project. I am not doing it this year, but I wanted that to be a prominent prompt on the game board for 2025. You can use both eyeshadow or face palettes and use all the shades available in that palette. You can hand select it or randomly generate it, totally up to you. And then to mirror that, the Black King cards, I have Focus. This is a resurgence of a prompt off of a previous game board that seemed to be popular. And if you pull this prompt, I want you to reflect on your goals for 2025, your panning goals. Was it your goal to hit a certain monetary value of empty? So maybe you'll pick a gimme product or something that has a high monetary value. Was your goal to hit more eyeshadow pans this year? Then you would pick an eyeshadow to hit pan on. Or maybe you did a 25 plan to pan sort of video. Choose a product from that list. Reflect on your own panning goals for the year and choose a product that will help you to meet those goals. And of course, our joker is the same. Are you joking? A product that you don't want to pan. Now, don't want to pan does not mean you hate panning it. Maybe you don't want to finish it but get some usage on it. Maybe it's a product that you just can't let go of but yet you don't use very often. We've discussed over the years all these different options for the joker. Again, up to your interpretation. Don't be hate panning things. You don't need to do that. Just something that you didn't want to pan right now. Maybe that would be a better way to say it. As always, on the next tab over on the spreadsheet, I have the full list of prompts. The face card prompts are at the top with a brief description, and then after that are all the available prompts for the game board this year listed in alphabetical order. So if you draw a card that you have no idea what that means, or maybe you want some suggestions, head one tab over, and then all the rules are on the first tab. And another change for this year is I will be going back to the collaborative playlist. Last year it was way too hard for me to manage adding all the videos. Some of them are not showing up for me when I search, or if people are uploading like at a different time frame than most. I'm not consistently searching and able to scour YouTube all month long. I search like a little bit before the 20th and then a little bit after the 20th, and that's all I can really do unless you tag me directly, then I can add it to the playlist. The reason I stopped doing the collaborative playlist before was that people were adding videos to it that were not deck of panning updates. Whether it was intentional or accidental, I am not sure. But if I give you permission to upload your own video to the Deck of Panning 2025 playlist, please ensure that you are only adding your Deck of Panning update to that playlist so that that works for everyone. And just be a bit mindful when you are uploading your videos and adding them to playlists that you have the right ones selected. But that was ramblier than I intended it to be. I got a new like tiny deck of cards that I'm hoping you'll be able to see a bit better. These are brand new, so I'm gonna have to shuffle them a lot. Oh yeah, because I love my Winnie the Pooh ones, but I feel like you could never tell what card I was pulling because it was mostly a picture. So I am going to, there's 2 jokers in this deck. I'm going to discard one and keep one, and now I'm going to have to do a pretty big shuffle. As I said, these are brand new cards, they're completely in order, and then I will be drawing my 5 cards to kick off this project pan, which is so exciting. I feel like I should just draw a card, shuffle again, draw a card, since they're really not that mixed up. How do we feel about that? I don't want to get like all hearts or something. Okay, we'll do that. I have shuffled it quite a bit, but let me pull up my game board once again. This is always so exciting. Okay, card number 1. This is the 8 of spades, which is a foundation. I'm going to shuffle again. Number 2, the 3 of spades, which is to spotlight a panner. So a product that reminds you of somebody else. Maybe they've panned it in the past, or you bought it because of their recommendation, something like that. I'm still getting all spades, even though I keep shuffling. This is the 9 of spades, and that means we need to do a random letter generator. What are we on? Prompt 4 is, oh, another suit, the 10 of hearts, which is a product that's been dethroned. That means it used to be your favorite, but since you've been trying more things, some other things have like dethroned it. Like, you don't necessarily hate it now, but it's not your tippy top favorite anymore. It's been knocked down a peg, you know? I'll have to think about that. I also need to be a good panner and cross-reference my 25 like plan to pan list. Okay, last card. I got the 4 of spades, and that prompt is oldest, so the oldest in a certain category. I have a lot of thinking to do. Oh boy, this is going to be hard. I am back. That took me quite a bit of time, but I'm reasonably happy with my choices. I don't have my products laid out in the order that I pulled them, but we'll just go through them together. For the 8 of spades, the prompt was foundation, and for that I'm choosing a tinted moisturizer product. And my goal will be to finish this. I do foresee this being in the project probably most of the year. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer, and there is 1.45 fluid ounces of product in here, which is quite a lot. Now, I have used this quite a bit. I just shook it up. If I can find a place to mark it once it's settled, I will do so. I do feel that this is going to be in most of the year. However, I'm going to hope I get the veto in like May or June to roll this out, because I won't be able to use it once I have a tan. So keeping that in mind as well. The 10 of hearts is a dethroned product. I was having a look through my 25 to pan in 2025, and a goal of mine is to have a bigger pan on my ColourPop Super Shock highlighter in Smoke and Whistles. This used to be my absolute favorite highlighter in my collection, and I really love it on my fair winter skin. It does have a pan already, and I would like to use this 20 more times this winter to see if I can expand that pan a little bit, see what kind of changes I can make in the appearance of this product, and be able to roll this out before I get a tan. To spotlight a panner for the 3 of spades, I am spotlighting bestie Steph. It's just Steph. And throughout last year, she seemed to really love the NYX Bare With Me concealer, and I also have this concealer. Now, this is not a focus product for me in 2025, so I would just like to use this 10 times and then return my attention to the concealer I should be trying to finish this year. But I also love this concealer just like Steph does. It has a really lightweight feel on the under eyes, but still provides a decent amount of coverage. So I'm going to get 10 more uses on this in honor of Steph. The 9 of spades was a random letter generator. I will pop in the random letter that I got, which was a Y. I was so stumped until I remembered I had 2 YSL products. One of them is just a quad. I was going to kind of cheat and say no pan left behind and use it like once or twice for work looks, but I decided to go with my YSL Love Shine High Shine Caring Lipstick in the shade 150 Nude Lingerie. This was sent to me in PR, full transparency. It is one of those balmy lipsticks. It's like a mix between a lipstick and a lip balm. It does have quite a bit of pigment, but it's this warm nude shade. And I'm going to have a goal to use this 10 times as well. I feel like that's a good amount of usage for a lipstick that is kind of newer in my collection. And lastly, for the 4 of spades, the oldest, I'm going with the oldest lip gloss in my collection, which is the BareMinerals Trailblazer lip gloss. I worked on this in the Graveyard Project pan this year and made minimal progress. This is one of the slowest moving lip glosses I've ever experienced. I feel like I'm using it and there's no visual progress at all. My goal will be to finish this, and again, I foresee this product being in this project long term. This is going to take a long time to finish this lip gloss. I'm also working on lip glosses and other project pans, but this needs to be an empty by the end of the year, so rolling it in a project in January is a good idea because I know that this is going to take a long time. Those are the products that I'm kicking off Deck of Panning 2025 with. I was tempted to choose a Lawless gloss for Steph because I know that's her favorite makeup product ever, but then I had too many lip products going on and I couldn't make that work. The only product I foresee myself being able to roll out for the first update is the NYX concealer for Steph. I'm sure I can get 10 uses on this in 1 month's time, and that will be my goal. And I of course want to be using everything at least a handful of times every single month, and I would love to have at least 1 rollout every month as well. But that's everything from me for the Deck of Panning introduction for this year. I hope you guys are all excited and are getting your intros prepared for the 20th. I cannot wait to see what everyone else picks. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!